Good afternoon, kiddos. Happy Monday, February 7th. I hope you all have had a good day. I'm excited to bring you some fun stuff today. So let's start with shout outs. First one I have came in on Instagram direct message, and it is from Anonymous. Remember, anonymous means we do not know who sent it, but this person wanted to shout out Miss Polly. So Miss Polly, anonymous shout out for you. Congrats. Then we've got one from Michaela Witherspoon, which also came in on Instagram direct message. Michaela would like to shout out Miss Naylor and Miss Hurd for being the best dance team coaches that she could ever have asked for. Michaela, I agree. What an awesome season. You guys were so much fun to watch. I loved it. Michaela also wants to shout out the captains, who are Brooklyn and Soleil. They were amazing, and Michaela really enjoyed working with them and learned a lot from them. And then Michaela wants to shout out Gabriel Paulino Melendez and Leslie Ortiz Martinez for being super good friends. And the second half, of course, got a little lonely because they had a sub, and she just really appreciated having them there to keep her company. So Michaela, thank you so much for shouting out all those people, sweetie. And I'll tell you, your team was awesome this year. I can't wait to see what Dance and Step Team does next year too. Now I've got one from Naomi Tominaga. Naomi Tominaga says, I want to shout out all my friends, Emily, Angeline, Mia, Nyasia, Yan, Ni, Sophie, Brianna, Nife, Leilani, and Liliana for being great friends. Excuse me. Naomi also wants to shout out her teachers, Mr. Forrest, Miss Henson, Mr. Palomino, Miss Coker, Miss Drake, and Mr. Baglio. They are amazing, and Naomi learns so much from you. Thank you, Naomi, for shouting out those teachers, and I agree, they're a fantastic team. And our last shout out is from Miss Bakari and Miss Mintz, 8th grade algebra teachers. They want to shout out these students for making a 100. That is a perfect score, you guys, on their Unit 4A Common Assessment. Tito Lopez, Bennett Onufrak, Lynn Vo, Jordan Campbell, Wan Peng Yang, and Arthur Athakan. Miss Bakari and Miss Mintz, thank you so much for shouting them out. And you guys who got hundreds, thank you for being so persistent. Algebra is hard, and I'm sure that you worked very, very hard to earn those grades. So good job. I have a shout out for Student Council. They have been killing it out in the bus atrium selling Valentine grams, and I love that you guys are taking the time to send sweet notes to your teachers and your friends. It really means a lot. So thank you, Student Council, and thank you, kiddos, for participating in Valentine's grants. Okay, Tuesday, February 22nd is 2/22/2022. Lots of twos, right? And it's also a Tuesday. So it's 2/2 Tuesday. Let me get my tutu. Here's my tutu. I cannot wait to wear my tutu on Tutu Tuesday. So I hope that you're finding some tutus, maybe borrow them from a friend or something like that, so that we can all look so spirited on Tutu Tuesday. And on February 23rd, I'm changing the date. I think originally I said 25th. We're going to do this on the 23rd. We're going to have our Wildcat Pride pizza party. So last semester, remember, I had the teachers nominate 2 people from each class. So we're going to do the same thing where the teachers will give me the 2 hardest working kiddos in Wildcat Pride, and you will come have a pizza party with me in the bus atrium on February 23rd. So make sure that you're being super persistent and really using Wildcat Pride for all the extra help. We all need extra help, every single one of us, on different things. That time is for you. So take advantage of it, listen closely, and do whatever it takes to help yourself be successful during that time. I can't wait to eat pizza with you. And finally, it is Black History Month, and I want to read to you a couple of very, very, very short passages from this book. It's called She Persisted, and I couldn't resist checking this book out of the library because it's my favorite word. She persisted. So this is 13 different little short stories about American women who changed the world. And I am going to pick 3 of them to read to you today because it's Black History Month. And these are 3 very important figures in Black history. So first one, Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was born a slave, and her story could have ended there. Instead, she persisted, escaping from slavery and becoming the most famous conductor of the Underground Railroad. She risked her life many times to lead countless slaves to freedom, including her family, friends, and strangers. Every person that she led to freedom arrived safely. Here's a quote by Harriet Tubman. I should fight for my liberty as long as my strength lasted. That's persistence. I bet that was hard, and she never gave up. Let's look at the next one. This one is about Claudette Colvin. As a 15-year-old riding a bus home from school in Montgomery, Alabama, Claudette Colvin was expected to give up her seat to a white woman just because she was African American. In her refusal to get up, she persisted in taking a stand for what's right, helping to inspire Rosa Parks to make the same choice 9 months later, an act many point to as starting the modern civil rights movement. Claudette Colvin. And here's a quote from her. I knew then, and I know now, that when it comes to justice, there is no easy way to get it. You can't sugarcoat it. You have to take a stand and say, this is not right. And our last story is about Ruby Bridges. When Ruby Bridges was in kindergarten, that's 5 years old, guys, right? Many schools across America, particularly in the South, still refused African American students their equal right to an education. Ruby wouldn't be treated like a second-class student, and she persisted, walking for weeks past angry, hateful protesters to integrate an all-white elementary school in New Orleans. And here's a quote from Ruby. That fateful walk to school began a journey, and we all must work together to continue moving forward. I'll have more for you next week, some more stories of important African American women in history from our book, She Persisted. And I love that it includes our words. Every single one of those women had to work very hard when maybe they didn't want to at times in order to get where they needed to go and to help us all be in a better place now. So thank you for listening. And the last thing I want to tell you is kind of serious. I'm super duper concerned about cell phones in our building. The use of cell phones is getting sort of out of hand. My watch is talking to me. They're keeping us distracted from our work, from listening to our teachers, and the interactions that you guys are having with one another are leading to conflicts and to not treating each other very nicely. And so I want you to know with plenty of notice that we are working on some very new cell phone rules, a new cell phone policy that you're not going to like, but we're doing it because we know that it's the right thing for your learning and for your safety. So keep listening out because all of this is going to be coming your way soon. And I look forward to having a calmer, safer, more peaceful environment once we get our cell phone use under control. I look forward to talking to you a little bit more about it. In the meantime, have a wonderful week. I love you, and I'll see you in the hallways and classrooms. Bye.